finally getting a chance to get back out after a couple of months. Last trip was back in January. So this is going to be our early March trip. I'm trying to figure out what to do for sleep system type stuff. So generally I'll do either that Marmot 20 or even the NanoWave 55 if it's warm enough, and maybe throw in this little reactor. This has been taking a lot of trips out, and then couple it with the bivy. This trip is going to be about 35 at night, not super cold, but it's going to be massively wet. It's just going to rain. First of all, it's going to rain for an entire week leading up to being there, and then probably 2 of the 3 days of being there too. So it's going to be pretty cold and super damp. So a couple things here. I'm going to try out in this guy right here. I'll break it out and show it to you in a little bit. Is a used Kelty Lightyear that I bought. I got a good price on eBay on that baby, and I really want to try this out and see how it works out there. But being down and the conditions being so wet, and we're going to tarp shelter too, I think I'm still going to take the bivy just to keep everything dry. This thing is a champ. I mean, it's just your regular old USGI Gore-Tex bivy, but it's great. And then instead of the reactor, I wanted to try this out. I got this baby for Christmas, and it's one of those, Costco down throws, and it packs down super small in the pack. Like, you could just mash it way down. Need to get a compression bag for it. And I want to see how that does too. So I think I'm going to take these 2 guys and the bivy, and then just do the old flash pad, or possibly the Thermarest Z pad here too. That makes it out a lot of the time as well. So I don't know. So far I'm just happy as hell to be going out, and I'm thinking it's going to be kind of a down sleep system trip this time. So I don't know. Keep you posted. Oh yeah, by the way, while I'm packing up here, I figured, it's never too early in the trip to start talking about beer. So we're going to do a couple shout out to our favorite cheap beers this time around, and the ones we're actually going to talk about a little more in depth are the Newcastle and the Cavatica. So just a little teaser on the beer this time for Beer in the Woods. Stay tuned for those. Those will be up as well. Okay, so before I take it out here, I just want to show you some measurements. Now this will compress down a little bit, but I got plenty of room in this pack. There's really no need to just crush the shit out of it. But you can see it's about 1 foot by about, I don't know, 5 inches or so across. I mean, it packs down pretty small in this particular stuff sack. This is the REI 6-liter compression bag, and it works great for it. It has a stuff sack that it comes with. It's a little bit larger than this, but it doesn't cinch down. So if I was going to take, a much smaller pack for, a lighter backpacking long distance trip, I definitely want one of these instead of that bag that it comes with. Here's this Lightyear out of its compression bag, and just kind of lofting up a little bit here. I really like it so far. I can't wait to go try it out. This hood is super stuffed. It's fantastic. Look at how fluffy that is. That's going to really help out at night. Little cinch string here. Tighten it up. I probably won't need to do that since I'll have the bivy kind of hood partially over me too. But I like how it's lofting up pretty well so far. And the foot box is similarly really filled as well. So they did a good job placing the down in the proper spots. A little bit less right here around the torso than maybe I would have thought, but it's just starting to loft, I guess, too. In the feet, definitely warm, where my feet get cold as hell. And up around the hood, I like it. You also see here there's a little zipper too, so I can kind of open that up in the summertime. I'm thinking about taking this baby out on a couple hammock trips this year since it's so light. But that's kind of a first look at the Kelty Lightyear. This is the 20, and weighs about half of what that Marmot 20 does. And so I'm just absolutely thrilled to have the thing and can't wait to try it out.
Alright, we're back out at Coyote Creek Camp this time around. We're going to stay tonight and tomorrow night, and it'll be a wet trip, but we don't care. It's just how it is. It's Oregon, but we got some improvements to do this time around today. Before my buddy shows up here, I'm gonna move this wood pile over here, put it over here in between these two trees here. What it'll do is also help build a wall. Just kind of, we like to conceal the camp as much as possible. But I got in about 2 hours ago, started setting up things. I got the tarp shelter going right now. It was kind of a bitch to do by myself because I usually have Mick here with me helping, but I managed to do it, and it worked out pretty well. So I got the back end here, so it's kind of sloped, and the water's gonna just drain down. So I figured something out here, you know, because we like to use the rainwater if need be, just to store water. So right down here, I put a, it's not raining right good now, but when it's raining, as you can see, the water will drip down here, and then all we have to do is just put a container there and let it fill itself up. Once the rain starts heavy again, which probably about noon in a few hours, it'll start trickling pretty good. It'll be a consistent flow. I'm kind of glad that that's there. I brought water in, but it's always good to have more. We can fill up our Stanley cups and stuff like that. So anyway, so there's I need to clean up the processing area and stuff like that. But anyway, I will make more videos here in a minute. Here's some Coyote Creek here. It's running pretty good. It's pretty consistent of what it's been. Alright, it's probably about 1:30 p.m. Been out here for 6 hours or so. Got a lot of work done. Been processing wood like no other. Even though it's wet, I'm just keeping myself busy to keep myself warm, and I'm gonna get the fire probably started here in an hour or two. I might just wait till Mick gets here. There's some things we want to do with that, but other than it being wet and just annoying for that fact, everything's great out here. I love it. Just like I said, I'm doing a lot of wood. I found some good wood. Couple down parts of trees and stuff I've been cutting, and they split just like butter. I love it. There's gonna be some good stuff on top of the stuff that we already have underneath that tarp from last time that's bone dry. So at least we'll have some good fuel tonight. So anyway, all right. Today's beer review is on the old Rolling Rock. Good camping beer. It's pretty much our second go-to if we are not able to find hams.
Yeah,
so
for sure. There's two cheap beers we bring out: hams and rollers.
But anyway, yeah.
Anyway, this is a shout out to Rolling Rock.
Yep.
From the glass-lined tanks of Old Latrobe.
Yep. Great camping beer.
Mm-hmm. Especially when it's 40 degrees out and you don't even have to chill it down.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Just pull it right out of the bucket.
Perfect.
And it's fucking cold out here, by the way.
Mm.
But if you got to sit in the rain and not have a fire, hey, man.
Yep.
You may as well drink some beer in the woods.
Yeah, we're shaving up some fat wood for the fire. Pretty wet trip out here this time around, but
you can probably smell the fucking... I probably hear the rain.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
It's a nice Stuff smells good.
Yeah, it does.
And it burns very well. There's a process we use quite often because we do a lot of wet camps. It seems to work out with the fire starting.
Yeah.
Make a bunch of shavings and.
Yeah, we have this. We'll try out those little tubes that I made with the dryer lint and the little pieces of fatwood in them too.
Yep.
See how well. Maybe we'll do those tomorrow.
Okay.
See how they get things going. Try that out in the morning or something.
Yeah. No shit, right?
Yeah.
Next, we're saving up some cedar, which is also a nice dry, perfumey wood that burns very well. Helps out when you shave it down like this as well. So yeah, we like to mix the both of them because they're both pretty good burning. And
it's a luxury to have this cedar. It burns real hot and burns pretty long too. The alder and the hemlock out here don't burn nearly as well. You don't get you don't get nearly as many BTUs either out of it. So, like for starting a hot, wet fire, trying to get some heat going, just throwing in big chunks, little chunks, shavings, all this stuff's gonna take off and burn.
yeah,
And we'll have a nice mixture of fuel in there. Don't have to get really too fine with it with that fatwood. We want to have ample material in there so we can actually get everything ignited.
yep,
But I want some larger stuff in there too so I don't have to fight with it the entire time.
yeah.
You don't have to fumble. I have a feeling it's going to take off pretty well.
Nice. Yeah, we'll see. Now I got the fire going, slowly but surely, but it's kind of quite the work. It started out pretty good. It started dying out. Everything's just so wet out here. It's taking a little bit to dry things out, get things working, but you can see our setup here. Got some stuff drying up on the second level. Third level is more of a roof situation for it, so got some stuff right in there on the side trying to dry out too. So, but I mean, it's a consistent fire at this point.
At least there's no shortage of water. So we have our primary tarp up, our secondary tarp up over the wood, and we had to resort to using the emergency tarp. So we have everything up, including the tarp shelter, so we can keep the fire fairly covered and sit in front of it and get warm and dry out. It looks crazy, but it's actually not a bad little camp now. And I'm sure you can hear the rain on the tarp. Try to get the video in a position where you can see the rain. I don't know if it's showing up or not. I can't see Jack on the screen. It just looks like the tree, but it is just, oh man, is it coming down. We got a good hot cedar fire going now. That fatwood was absolutely unreal. There's some of that fatwood we got cut up. Here's big old planks of it. We've just been processing the cedar, and even the little bit of wet stuff now is starting to go, and we're going to feed some alder in there and keep the drying operation going, and that's what it is.
We're processing some fatwood that we found today and a bunch of cedar as well. The fatwood is awesome. Dry in the middle, and it's actual fatwood. It's the first time we found it up in this area where we camp. And it's a big, giant, probably 6 foot high.
Look like those over there.
Yeah, they're like planks when you chip them off. And this is it. That's right there. All that sooty stuff in there. Just amazing. burns very good. We've been buying these things in packages at Home Depot. They work well, yes, but this is just the natural. I mean, it smells good and everything.
Oh man. Huh. Yeah, this is the real thing right here.
It's awesome. So we're gonna
go back over and shave some more big old planks off of the down tree. It's old, and we'll show you where it came from.
Yeah, the tree is probably about 6 foot tall, just kind of laying down. So it's a big tree. We got plenty of it there.
Yeah, I got a good feeling about this getting this wet fire going today.
Yeah. Last night was undoubtedly the worst night for a fire. It's been raining, as you could probably hear and see, like this ever since I got out here yesterday morning. And it's gonna rain up like this until we leave.
Yeah, it's been raining about 28 hours.
Yeah, shit.
Non-stop.
Yep. Gets heavier and lighter at times, but just non-stop rain.
Yeah, pretty bad.
So.
But the fatwood and the cedar we found on that big old stump we showed.
Yep.
Hopefully get us going, because all we have is alder out here that's semi-dry inside. So we've been having to dry it on top of the fire.
Right.
To get it to burn, and the hemlock and the balsam fir is just way too dense and wet. It's just not going anywhere. So the amount of cedar we grabbed and some of the punky stuff over there that we can dry out, and these big old fatwood planks.
Yep. This will last us very well with a hot fire tonight.
Yeah, I got a better feeling about today and tonight for sure.
Yep.
Sit around and listen to some Coast to Coast.
Oh yeah. Some Arbel.
Beers.
Yeah. We got 4 beer reviews to do tonight.
Yeah. God, that's nice stuff. I don't know if you can if it translates on video, but I mean you can see how dense and how the resins are all dried up in there. Good stuff.
That what we buy in the stores works just fine, lighting right up. We're trying to get this thing going right now. I'm gonna block the wind a little more.
The wind is not helping out at all.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Yep. See how that catches right on?
Come on, baby. It is a little damp, but
yeah,
it burns,
but
man.
It's gonna be our savior tonight.
Yeah, it burns. Especially if we can get this into a going little tinder bundle.
Yeah.
I got a good feeling about that. Look at how sooty it is. All those resins burning that black smoke up.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
And I'll say one other thing. That shit smells so good.
Yeah, it does. Just for finding this out here in the woods, I mean,
yeah.
Look, I'm not going to complain about that at all.
In the soaked woods, mind you.
Yeah.
So, that's it.
So we're heading down to the creek right now, and gonna have a little hams.
What the?
See all the water plants coming up. Are these some kind of a pond lily or something?
Probably what a frog's at.
God, I don't know exactly what they are. Oh yeah, I haven't heard the frog for a while.
Yeah, well we can't with the fucking rain.
True. Yeah, there's a frog who lives down here in this creek. We hear him all the time at night.
Oh, a nice hot fire on a cold, rainy night. It's awesome. Using all the cedar and the fatwood we found earlier. It's awesome. Just helping us out. So
yeah, the cedar is the ticket out here for sure. I mean, it's nice and dry inside and burns. You cannot find dry wood out here. And
yeah.
so the alder and the balsam fir we have to dry to be able to burn it in the fire. And in the meantime, that cedar keeps it going. If we didn't have that, we'd be out of luck. It's just, it's too wet. Cheers.
Yep. Delicious.
God, I love
Alright, so what you're seeing is the full moon that just happened to pop out of nowhere with this rainy, wet trip we've had. It's through the trees. I'm trying to get a better view of it, but it got a little windy, so we thought things were getting worse, and it cleared up a little bit, just enough to get this going on. Awesome. This is definitely the wettest trip I've ever been on, and this is quite the surprise too. So let me try to zoom in and show you guys the... I guess that's zoomed in enough. Anyway, yeah, that's we didn't realize it was a full moon either, so yeah, the clouds are covering up.